Shalom, shalom, Israel. Brother Zahar, no saint left behind, coming at you again, giving you an update on what's going on around this world, and what to look for, and to let you know that we at the end, man. And the Messiah, Yahweh Shai, is on his way back. All the signs are out there. First, I just want to say all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rekwar Kwadash. That's the name of the Father, Yahweh, and his Son, name is Yahweh Shai. And in the name of the Holy Spirit, which is the Rekwar Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles, a great millstone. All right? So, shalom to the Akims out there that's, like-minded and in his word, teaching the same thing and doing their best according to law, statutes, commandments to please the Most High Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, in the name of his Son, Yahweh Shai. All right, I want to talk about these volcanoes. This volcano over there in Yellowstone, man, it's about to let loose, man. And it's a lot in the word, man, that goes with this. And so I just want to bring this to you. It's a lot going on out here in this world. So I just want to touch bases with you according to the scriptures and just show you some things. So let's get on into it.
A supervolcano waking up in the USA. A supervolcano, which in case of eruption will blow all of North America and doom about half of the world to slow death, is starting to wake up. Can't we do anything about it? First, let's decide on what is a supervolcano. It's nothing like a regular volcano, a cone-shaped formation with a vent. It's more of a huge depression with the eruption area covering a few thousand square kilometers. For instance, a supervolcanic eruption on the Indonesian island of Sumatra caused 6 years of sulfuric acid rains. Add to this the dust clouds blocking the sun for quite a while, and you will get a picture very similar to nuclear winter. The supervolcano left no more than 10,000 people on the entire planet. Nowadays, there's also a threat of volcano eruption. There is a supervolcano in Yellowstone National Park, USA, at the height of 2,500 meters. Until recently, it has been considered dormant. On the outside, Yellowstone National Park is covered with a picturesque landscape. Well, on the inside, it is a vast valley filled with molten magma. For thousands of years, magma has been filling huge underground reservoirs, melting rock, becoming so thick that volcanic gases causing eruptions in regular volcanoes can't escape. Thereby, upward pressure from gigantic subsurface molten magma bodies make the surface of the Earth begin to swell. That lasts for hundreds of thousands of years until the swelling explodes.
And see, this is only a little bit of it, but this is the biggest volcano in North America. I don't know if it's the biggest in the world, but it's the biggest I've ever heard of. And if it explodes, it's gonna totally about annihilate the whole North America and Canada. And not only that, you got the volcano that's still going on in Hawaii. Excuse me, Salakia. You got volcanoes that's still going on in Hawaii right now as we speak. So it's a lot that's going down, man. And the Most High is doing this. Yahweh is doing this, man. He's killing in the fire already before he come. And that's what, I want to get into, you know what I'm saying? And so, but first, let's get a scripture right quick, man. Let me see. Let's go to Matthews. Let's go to Matthews 24. We're going to get back into this video. I just want to get some scriptures out right quick. Matthews 24 and 29. And this is what these volcanoes, and let's don't forget about these forest fires we got going on in Greece and over here in the west coast of America. the west coast of America, man. So Matthews 24 and 29. And this is what the Most High mean. He says, immediately after the tribulations of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. Now, I didn't really want this scripture, my bad, but this goes into it as well. This is talking about after these volcanoes erupt, as well, not only the nuclear missiles, but we're not going to be here to see the nuclear missiles hit. But after these volcanoes erupt, man, the sun and the moon is going to be, the constellations of the heavens is going to be blocked out. How they going to be blocked out? They're going to be blocked out from the smoke. The smoke. It's going to be so far up in the sky that it's just going to cover the heavens, man. And you ain't going to have no light. It's going to be darkness. It's going to be like a big dark cloud in the sky, but it's going to be numerous. It's going to cover the whole heavens. You ain't going to get no light from the sun and no light from the moon. Listen to this. It said, immediately after the tribulations of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. So it's going to be darkened from the smoke of these volcanoes, and what they call it, the smoke of the volcanoes erupting. That's what's going to darken the skies. I mean, even the nuclear missiles also. But this why I really went. I want to show you this right here. Luke 12. Let's go to 12. Because the Bible teaches you that it's going to already be fires before the Most High, before Yahweh Shai and the angels return. Luke 12:49. He says, I am come to send fire on the earth. And what will I if it be already kindled? So he said he's bringing fire to the earth, which, all those nuclear missiles they done made, that's nothing but the Most High's arsenal. He's going to use those missiles to bring forth his will, to destroy the Edomites and all the other nations that fought against Israel. They're not going to let those missiles off until the Most High tell them to. He controlled them. The kings are in his hands. And he says, but when he returned, that the fire is going to already be kindled. This is what they're saying. He said he's going to bring fire because he's going to shoot laser beams from those so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of Israel. They show you these in their movies, man. Watch Independence Day. But it's going to already be fire here on earth before he comes. And he's showing you right now it's going to be these volcanoes. That's going to be the fires here on earth. And not only that, but when people get the looting and setting these stores and stuff on fire, it's going to already be fire here. And this is what this word is talking about. And this is in red. So this is what Yahweh Shai was talking about. I am come to send fire on the earth. He said he's come to send fire on the earth. So he's telling you he's going to burn y'all ass, Salakia. But he's going to burn this earth, man. Not all of it, but America and Israel are going to be destroyed. But America going to be destroyed. The USA going to be destroyed, and no life will be here ever again. But the wild beast. Nobody would dwell here. But that fire that, and what will I, if it already be kindled? That's those forest fires and these volcanoes that the Most High is using Yahweh Shai to tell you about right here. What Yahweh Shai was saying. Let's go get some more.
According to scientific data, the period between supervolcanic eruptions constitutes around 600,000 years. Based on that, we are bound to witness the next cataclysm. Originally, researchers scheduled it for 2075, but in summer 2003, strange things began to happen in Yellowstone National Park. The ground temperature rose to the boiling point. There appeared fissures releasing hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide, volcanic gases contained in magma. These factors led scientists to believe that magma had escaped from its chamber and is reaching the surface at the speed that has increased by several times. Due to that, the time the volcano was believed to erupt was changed by almost 50 years. While magma is at the depth of 10 kilometers from...
See, you see that smoke? You see that smoke right there? And that's what this is talking about right here. Let me go back to Matthew's right quick. You see all that smoke? And that's what Matthew is talking about. Matthew 24 and 29. All that smoke, whatever they call it. It says, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. Now this smoke from these volcanoes and these forest fires is what's going to block the heavens. And also the nuclear missiles. These bombs, when there's World War III start, and when the nuclear missiles get to flying. But before these nukes and things get to flying, these volcanoes and forest fires is going to be blocking out these this sun and this moon, man. And also, the nuclear missile is going to be doing the same thing. Let's go back. This word is true, people, and we are at the end. I'm telling you, get right while you can, man.
The mouth of the supervolcano, it's too early to worry. But as soon as it rises to 2 to 3 kilometers, we'll have serious grounds for concern. And we do have grounds for concern. 2003, Norris Geyser Basin is closed for tourists due to increased volcano activity and high water temperature. 2006, the land in the park is found to be rising 10 centimeters per year. 4th of March 2014, the White House ordered the U.S. Geological Agency to restrict access to the information on earthquakes and gas emissions.
You see that? The United States said restrict access to the information about these volcanoes and earthquakes. Really, these volcanoes erupting. See, the government don't want you to know what's going on because he don't want you to panic. He don't want you to prepare for it because they're trying to get their new world order started anyway. So they're not giving you all the information. And that's why the Most High Yahweh has set up his men, his prophets. That's why you have the prophets out here teaching his word. Especially, my heart, my spirit, lines up with GMS 100. And those the apostles, Apostle Tahar and the rest of the apostles of Great Millstones are the apostles of the nation of Israel right now. And they bringing you the truth. As for myself, through the power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, by him filling us with the Requah Kodash, the Holy Spirit. And so the government is not telling you what's going on. And the Most High is using his men. Every time before he destroy a nation, he always send his prophets out to bring forth the word. Y'all better listen, man, and get right. Because the government's not going to tell you. But the Most High is going to show us through the Spirit, and we going to tell you. Y'all better get to listen to the videos and go fact check what we saying.
March 2014, bisons and elks abandoned the park. April 2014, the water temperature in the lakes rose above 20 degrees Celsius. According to scientists, in case of explosion, the picture will be more dramatic than that of apocalypse. It will start with the land in Yellowstone.
See what he said? He said it'll be worse than that of an apocalypse. So the Most High is using all this. Just like when the flood happened, what happened? The Bible teaches that, water burst up from up out of the ground. Springs burst out of the ground. That's why the earth is split up now. The earth is split because it was just one landmass into the flood. But when the water started shooting off and up under the ground, like these volcanoes shooting out, the water shot out first. And that split the earth up. That split the landmass up. That's why they got this thing called Pan-Africanism. They talk about the land being one mass. But it used to be until the Most High destroyed it with the flood. And so after the flood, when the water started busting through the ground, after Noah prophesied for 120 years, then that's why the land mass is now all broken up into pieces. It looked like a puzzle. But you can take it all and put it right back again. Because it was all one land mass until the flood. And so when the Most High say something, he does it. He said he would not destroy the earth with water again. That's why we have the rainbow, which the homosexuals done stole. The Most High gonna put their ass to death, and I can't wait. But that's why we have the rainbow. That's a seal and the promise and the covenant that he would not destroy the earth with water. But he said the second death, because that was the first death. The second death gonna be with fire. Just like Sodom and Gomorrah had that fire and brimstone coming. It's coming again, folks. It's coming again.
National Park abruptly going up and overheating. And when the immense pressure bursts, caldera, the resulting mouth will erupt thousands of cubic meters of lava that will resemble a column of fire. The explosion will be accompanied by massive earthquake and disastrous lava flows.
So you hear that? It said by massive earthquakes. And we already got what? A lot of massive earthquakes going on. Let's go back into this word. Let's go to Matthews. Let's go back to Matthews right quick. Matthews 24, and matter of fact, I'm already there. Let's go to 6. Let's go to 6. 6 and 7. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. We're already hearing about wars and rumors of wars. Right now, we got a trade war going on. World War III already done started, folks. Right now, it's just a cyber war. It's a trade war. You know, it's happening in the so-called white man's, the Edomite's spiritual realm. His spiritual realm is the internet. You know, that's his spiritual realm. His spiritual realm is the cyber, the computer. That's his spiritual realm. And it's already war going on there. With this trade war going back and forth with the United States and China and all these other nations. World War III already done manifested in the so-called white man's, the Edomite spiritual world, which is his cyber, his internet. And it's going to manifest physically with missiles and bombs in the Middle East. And in the Yahweh Shaphat, the Bible calls it Jehoshaphat, but it's called Yahweh Shaphat, the Most High's decision. I'm going to continue. See that ye be not troubled. He's talking to the Israelites. He's talking to the men that's rehearsing the law, statutes, commandments, and that's bringing forth his word. Let me start that over. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. So Yahweh Shai is talking to the men that's rehearsing the law, statutes, commandments, which will be his 144,000, his elect, the prophets that's out here bringing forth this word. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and that's what's going on. And the kingdom against kingdom, that's what's going on. And there should be famines in the land. I mean, there should be famines. And we got that going on in Venezuela and other places in the world. You know, nobody got food. America's putting these sanctions on people, and these people are starving. And pestilence. You know, we got that going on. That's diseases. And if you've seen in Trinidad not too long ago, there was what? The whole land was covered with spiders. You know, and then I forgot the other land that had, what they call them, like not crickets, but like grasshopper, locusts. The land was full of locusts. It was eating up everything. So we got all this pestilence going on too. And that's diseases and all that. It says in earthquakes in diverse places. And all these earthquakes are going on too, man. Y'all better wake up. This is it. We're that generation. That's why they call this the Generation Z. Don't no other letter come after Z. This is it. This that generation of old vipers and adulterous generations. These niggas and these people out here are poisonous snakes, and they're adulterers. I was into that. I was sleeping with other men and women before I came into this truth. That's an adulterer. The church teach you to get a divorce and get another lover. We that generation, adulterous generation. Everybody has committed adultery. If you're not with that person, that first person you had sex with, you're an adulteress. And that's all of us. Let's get back into this world. I don't want to go off.
Spreading at the speed of hundreds of kilometers per hour. The eruption will last several days. However, people and animals will primarily die not from ash and lava, but from suffocation and poisoning by sulfuretted hydrogen. By this time, the air throughout western regions of the USA will be poisoned so much that humans will last no longer than 5 to 7 minutes. Researchers do not challenge the fact that Yellowstone Giant will trigger the eruption of hundreds of regular volcanoes worldwide.
See that? Now, when this one volcano, this super volcano take off, it's going to make the little volcanoes go off. And so that's, man, shoot, this word is so true. Kawala Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Excuse me. Let's go back to Luke. And this is why Yahweh Shai said this in Luke chapter 12 and verse 49. This is why he said this. I am come to send fire on the earth. And he's sending fire, but he's going to bring more fire when he returns. And what will I? If it already be kindled. This fire is already going to be kindled. This mass volcano, when it erupts, it's going to make all these little volcanoes go off as well. I mean, and we already see that right now with the volcano in Hawaii. You know?
Furthermore, the eruption of volcanoes situated on the ocean bed will generate numerous tsunamis, which will flood coastal areas and all island countries. What will follow can be described as volcanic winter. The U.S. President's Council of Advisors on Science and Technology has come to the conclusion that it will be impossible to rescue the entire population.
So that they're not going to be able to rescue you anyway. The only person that can rescue is Yahweh Shai. And if you're not part of the elect, the 144,000 and the 1/3, it won't be for you, especially if you're in America. If you're in America in the land of Israel, you're going to be destroyed.
Parts of Grand.
Now, let's get into this. This is another one. This is more up to date, you know, and this is what's going on right now about this volcano.
Teton National Park in Wyoming are now closed to the public as a dangerous fissure has opened. Teton is a portion of the greater Yellowstone National Park where North America's super volcano sits. Manila Chan is following this story, and from what I know of it, this goes beyond any natural disaster movie we've ever seen, potentially.
Well, what is scarier than real life, Holland? It's the height of tourist season, as you know, right now at Yellowstone National Park. So you can imagine a ton of disappointed visitors this week. But there's this 100-foot horizontal crack along a rock wall at Grand Teton. It emerged recently, and park officials fear it may be connected to the supervolcano located nearby. Now, Park Superintendent David Vela said this. He said, quote, "Human safety is our number one priority, and with an abundance of caution, we are temporarily closing this area until we can properly assess the situation." Experts say this fissure poses a number of dangers to humans in the area. Fears it may continue to crack, possibly create a rock slide, just to name a few, due to the very active grounds there at Yellowstone. The national park sits on a very active magma chamber connected to that supervolcano. Now, the volcano, though, has not erupted in over 600,000 years, but they say if it did erupt, would result in a nuclear...
That part's some bullshit that they talking about 600,000 years. I don't know where they come up with that at. But we're going to listen to a little more. We're going to go into another scripture or two, and then we're going to end this thing.
Winter, blocking out sunlight and showering thousands of miles in volcanic ash. It would immediately kill about 87,000 people and render about 2/3 of the United States completely uninhabitable. Now, geologists across the globe are carefully monitoring this, as well as other volcanoes that have been erupting, with the recent eruptions in Hawaii, sending hundreds fleeing for safety there. Many Americans wonder if or when the next Mount St. Helens-style eruption may occur. A little bit of history for you. Mount St. Helens erupted in 1980 in Washington state. It sent ash and debris more than 80,000 feet up into the air and into the surrounding areas. That killed about 60 people. There were rock slides immediately, and later created the largest landslide ever recorded due to high-pressure gas and steam under the earth. Now, that eruption, it was preceded by a series of earthquakes for the next 2 months and numerous steam...
Okay, now let's get to some more scriptures, man. I'm tired of hearing her, but yeah, that's what's going on, man. We got a lot going on out here, and I'm telling you, if you're not lined up spiritually with the Father Yahweh and His Son Yahweh Shai, that's your ass, Mr. Postman. I'm telling you. Let's go to 2 Peter, man. Let's get into this word, and I'm going to end it right here in a minute, okay? But 2 Peter 3, and we're going to go to 5, okay? It says, matter of fact, give me a second. Let me go all the way down. I'm going to read 5 through 10. All right, 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 5. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of Yahweh the heavens were of old, slacking, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. So that's telling you that the Most High Yahweh destroyed the world during the time of Noah, after Noah prophesied for 120 years and these niggas wouldn't listen to him. The Most High destroyed them with the flood, with the water, and that's when the landmass split up. That's why you have North and South America, the continent of Africa. You know, you got Israel and Asia. That's why you got all these different islands: Haiti, Jamaica, and the West Indies. So, because everything split up, but you can put everything right back in perfect harmony and peace. It's their puzzle. All right. Verse 7. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store. So the Most High said He wasn't going to totally do away with the world or the land. It's still kept in store. But it's a second death that's coming. That's going to be with fire. All right, let's keep going. He says, I'm going to read this over, verse 7. But the heavens and the earth, which are now, by the same word are kept and stored. That same word is the word of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, in the name of his son. Reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and prediction of ungodly men. And that prediction of ungodly men is just, the destruction of ungodly men. So this world that we know of right now is reserved unto fire, which is on its way right now. It's on its way, man. Verse 8. But, beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord Yahweh as 1,000 years. So he said one day is as 1,000 years with the Most High Yahweh. So with all that saying, that's just telling you that Yahweh Shai, they say what? They said they crucified the Hamashiach, the Messiah, 2,000 years ago. So over 2,000 years ago. So he's only been so-called gone over 2 days. For real. Verse 9. The Lord Yahweh is not slack concerning his promises. See, the Most High is not slack concerning his promises. If he said it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But it's going to happen on his time and his timetable. But we see at the reading of Matthew 24, 6 and 7, that his time frame is now, is nigh. We got the earthquakes. We got the wars and rumors of wars. We got the famine in the lands, the pestilence. So it's now. All right? Read it again. Verse 9. The Lord Yahweh is not slack concerning his promises, as some men count slackness. Because you think he's being slack, he's not. Your ways are not his ways, and your thoughts are not his. He operates on his own time. But is long suffering to usward. He's long suffering to his 144,000 and his 1/3. He said he wished that no man perish, that all, have eternal life. But all is not going to have eternal life. Only 144,000 and the 1/3, because 2/3 is going to be put to death. We're going to get into that right after this. Not willing that any should perish. See, he's not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. But, all not. I know y'all niggas think I'm crazy right now for bringing this word out. Verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. See, it's going to come as a thief in the night, but not unto the elect. It's going to come as a thief into the night to you niggas that won't repent. And that's not rehearsing these laws, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability. If you watch the movie The Purge, while they purging, these niggas out there partying. As it was during the time of Noah. See, they showing you in the movies, and that's what's going to be going on now. Y'all niggas going to be out there partying, clubbing, and the Most High going to take y'all ass out in the name of Yahweh Shai. And then the which, okay, we'll start over. Verse 10. But the day of the Lord Yahweh will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. See, the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. That means those that's in rulership. Because this is their heaven, and this is our hell. We already in hell. We in hell now. Your fire is coming. That's going to be your fire and brimstone. That's going to be your lake of fire when all those volcanoes erupt and when those nuclear missiles lay down. That's that great noise. It says, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. And when them nuclear missiles hit and them volcanoes erupting, that's that great noise. And that's your ass, Mr. Postman. And the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also, and the works that are done in shall be burnt up. And see, the Most High is not playing. And he said this, and that's what's going to come to pass. Everything's going to burn up. If you look right here, you see in Greece, wildfires. We got wildfires all over the world. And we got them in Greece. We got them in the States, United States, on the West Coast. Let's go to the images. Let me show you some images of these wildfires. You see these fires that's going on? See, this go with Luke 12 and 49. When he returned and the fire already be kindled. It's going to already be kindled. Look at these fires. Look at this smoke. This is blocking out what? The sun and the moon. This is what's going on, people. You better wake up. It's already here. It's already going down. All right? And I'm going to go to one more last scripture, show you one last video, and that's it. All right? Let's go here. Let me see. Let's go to Zechariah right quick. Show you what this fire going to do. Because this word is true, man. 14 and 12. He says, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. And so when he talks about all the people that have fought against Jerusalem, he's talking about that 144,000. And that 1/3. All the people that fought against us, the hopeful elect, and the 1/3, you know, that's all these nations. Your Moabites, your Chinese, your Ammonites, your Japanese, your Edomites, your so-called white men, your Canaanites, which are your so-called Africans, your Hamites, you know, and your Elamites, which are so-called East Indians, and so on and so forth. Japhets is what is your Hawaiians and Filipinos and stuff like that. All these people that had us in captivity and that's going against us now. You know? And it says, their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. And their eyes shall consume away in their holes. And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Okay, and I'm going to show you something. First, let me get this one scripture just popped up, and I got to get it according to the Spirit. Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. And that's talking about Israel. That's only talking about you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. He's only talking about his people right here. Even though, you know, the other nations are going to be done away with. You know, anybody that's in America, when these missiles hit, they dead. Except the 1/3 of Israel. The 144,000, the elect, and the 1/3 that's remaining in this land. You know, because you're going to have other 1/3, other elect, 144,000, you know, over the seas, you know, probably in England, you know, with some of the other brothers that's the hopefully elect. But it says, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the 3rd shall be left therein. Now listen to verse 9. And I will bring the 3rd part through the fire. He says he's going to bring them through the fire. What do that mean? That means before those nuclear missiles hit, those chariots, which y'all call so-called UFOs, is gonna what? Beam us up, Scotty. You seen Star Trek. They got this from the word. And I will, verse 9, and I will bring the 3rd part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. And we're going through that now. We're going through trials and tribulations now. You know, the world is handing us hell. Our family coming against us, you know, our women, men losing their women, everything, man. Friends, you know, everybody hate us because we're not into Christianity. It's all going down. Let me keep going. And will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, Yahweh, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, the elect, the 144,000, the 1/3. And they shall say, the Lord Yahweh is my power. Now I'm going to go back here and I'm going to end it with this video. Zechariah 14 and 12. Let's read this again. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. This is nuclear fire, people. And their eyes shall consume away in their holes. And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Now let me show you what Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, is saying right here. Let me show you what my power, my Father Abba Yahweh, is saying right here. Now, this is the fire that the Most High Yahweh, his son Yahweh Shai said right here in Luke. He said, I know y'all get tired of this, but hey, it's the word. I got to keep going to it. Luke 12:49. I am come to send fire on the earth. That's that fire that he's coming to send. And what will I, if it already be kindled? That's the forest fires and those volcanoes that's erupting. It's going to already be fire here, but the fire that he's sending is this nuclear fire, and then his concentrated fire, which can be coming from the chariots. You know, give me 1 second. I'm gonna end this thing.
Parts of Grand Teton National Park.
This is that flesh that's consumed away while you stand upon your feet, your eyes out your socket, your tongue gonna consume away out of, in your mouth. This is what the Bible is talking about. Shalom, Israel.